I didn't, my print had been.
$10, give him $10.
It's a joke, I'll tell you.
Okay, I think we better get started. So if you please call the roll.
Okay, Joan Eaton,
Here.
Sean Platt,
Here.
Cindy Neely, Betsy Blakesley, Keith Fossick.
Cindy and Mark are here.
Okay, let's just wait.
Yes,
We'll do
this. We do this. We're just waiting for you guys.
Okay, so Cindy Neely.
Alright,
Mark Reynolds.
Cindy Neely,
Here.
Betsy Blakesley,
Here.
Keith Fossick, Mark Reynolds,
Here.
Joan Hamilton,
Here.
Rick Dancer.
Okay, so we just started. You guys all get your rest? Okay. And, so agenda approval, I do have one change. We are, the first item, Gary Raffke has been postponed, so taken off. And anything else, anybody needs to,
Well, Cindy, do you have anything?
We need to know what happened with the ordinance, so Joan will report that.
okay,
Okay, so then you go on.
I just have a couple questions, but they can be at the end. Okay.
okay.
Are you asking for sort of a preliminary? Is that what you want, Mr. Flynn?
I guess one you could say possibly, well, just if you want to bring it to the board. You won't get into it.
Okay.
Or not.
All right. Do I hear a motion?
I would move to accept the agenda as amended. I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Yes. Okay. And so we will move on to the next one is Eva Manson Blair, 1208 Rose Street. That be you?
That would be me.
Okay, so normally we have a chair there, but since it's just like us. So go ahead, state your name and address of the property for our record here.
My name is Eva Manson Blair, and I live on 1208 North Street.
Yes, so tell us about your project.
That is my husband Rick. So, we would like to build a privacy fence in the backyard. Connecting it to the two existing fences of both neighboring properties. Using cedar pickets. Same as has been used for the two neighboring properties.
Nice, so just continuing basically past back
Correct.
from there. Right. And
Yeah.
that's,
Then we would also like to, behind the facade, the front of the house,
Mhm.
build also gates that go into the backyard.
Mhm.
To connect again to existing fences on both
so you,
sides.
yeah, so there's fences come up and then you would just.
Correct.
Close off.
Close it up.
Mhm.
It just conforms to what you've done on this house.
Hazel, do I have forms?
No.
Okay. That's all right. Okay, so.
Everything is very helpful.
John's probably got it. You got it, John?
Oh, let's have a look, find it.
Book 3? Where the book 2?
I think it was book 2.
It's book 2. It's down.
That's the other one. Was it chapter 3?
Is it?
Chapter 11,
Yeah.
page 1.
You put in book
I put in book 3.
I need this.
Sorry, page 11.
81.
Chapter 11.
Chapter 11.
Listen to
I know, I hear stuff and I'm doing something now. Okay,
Rosie, did you hear page 81?
yes.
Book 3,
Mhm.
fences, laws and gates. Number 2.
And A fence should be simple in character.
A3.
Down to A3. A fence for screening, an animal enclosure may reach heights of 5 to 6 feet. This should be located behind the facade of the building. And A4, the gate material and design should be appropriate to the fence. And B, appropriate fence materials include wood, iron, wire, stone, and planks.
Okay. I think that does it.
I think that does it.
Want your motion?
I'll make a motion to accept it.
All in favor?
Aye.
It gets.
Would you like the candy?
Super cheap.
So yes, that's it, thanks, you know.
Yeah, so
Pick up your
you're
permit.
good to go, and nice fence for your backyard there.
There you go, you're set to go.
All right, well, thank you very much.
Thank
Thank you.
Have a good evening.
Yes.
Thanks for coming in.
It's good to hear everybody.
Yeah, they look like, they're watercolors. Katie did those. She was having trouble with the printer, and she went to the
Thank you.
library, she'll tell it. She'll tell you the story. Okay, so it looks like I'm gonna recuse myself for the next one because it's me.
All right, so we have Joe Heaton at 710 Rose Street. Renewal of COA. I think we could probably just make a motion to set the limit based on previous sightings and permit.
Yes, are there any changes?
It's a different company, but it's the same layout and materials, and even the battery is still a Tesla battery. It's just different people. It's not Tesla.
Same colors, same,
The flat non-reflective, everything's flat to the roof, or,
same dark colors.
yes,
So it is actually all the same.
all the same.
Specs.
All the
All
same.
right, as long as we have the same specs.
I would move that we renew the COA number 22-12 for the addition of a solar panels and batteries at 710 Road Street.
A second?
All those in favor say aye.
Okay, and now I'm checking back in. So next we have the budget request and grant discussion.
One. Just for everybody's interest, the first item that got tabled, or how, is it tabled or withdrawn?
Tabled until October, the second meeting in October,
Okay,
at the request of the applicant.
1886, back building. Okay? Yeah.
Uh-huh.
When did they move it over there? In the 70s?
They moved it over there when they moved the courthouse, because it was up by, when the courthouse moved, this moved.
I can't remember, but I just.
And yes, obviously a porch had been put on, but if you get up close to it, those windows are still those windows. There is, and it even originally had that funny shed addition to the side. You might not think that that was an add-on, but it probably was sometime in the 1880s, an add-on. And it is one of the very few log structures that are original. I mean, log structures don't survive. So it's one of our few. So in case the applicant would like that.
Yeah.
Picture.
I also did talk to him at length about whether or not he was allowed to enclose the porch without DRC permission. Hard no, told him probably not, even if he wants to, but that he can proceed with the maintenance on the building. Paint colors, not something we can do, but that we like the log look of it, and he said, of course, we're gonna do clear sort of resin thing, like sealant on the outside. So they are gonna be doing work on that building, but nothing, they know what they're allowed to do.
Yeah.
They are gonna take down what they put up, is that correct?
Probably not until after they come to you guys and just say you can't do that, so.
I think I'll take it down.
And we
Yeah, I
could
think they are
save them the
taking down,
trouble if
there's
they
no
put
reason
that.
we should, yes.
Can't we make a motion to have them informed to take it down?
They do that, yes, because they have to put it up without permission, so we.
Yes, but typically people have like 60 days to cure things like that, and so he'll be here next month to talk to you about it anyway, so.
Well, I mean, why not get ahead of it that way? They won't come here and be thinking that they can,
They should know that they shouldn't have put it up in the first place.
The architect is having him restore some things that he took down, cause I told him that that was probably not gonna work out for them, so I think they know. I think they're gonna change their application. I will talk to Dennis about whether or not we want to force them to take it down before they come talk to you guys, so,
It would be a nice gesture on their part, you could approach it that way.
okay.
To remove the illegal.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, you know, it's a legal thing, it would make it much easier all the way around, it would be a very nice job.
Do you know Carl Shipley?
No,
Okay, just curious, he worked on Larimer Square, I guess, so he's the architect that's working on this electrical.
well, we'll find out a little bit about it, thanks for one.
Carl the K.
Carl with a K. Shipley, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's pretty nice. The homeowners.
You should have known that.
yeah, this one was taken from Dingeness's book, why can't I think of the name of the book?
Oh, minor,
Yeah, it's the big silver.
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
And,
I sent them the eval form too, which doesn't have that picture, but has some other pictures in it.
yes, but the form that we have here was taken the picture was taken in 1995.
Mhm.
And this picture was taken in 1886, so this is from the Inverness book, his dad was. Yes, it's sitting right on the shelf with the gold, the silver end to it, and his father was Dingers's father was the one who ran the original Georgetown Courier through the 1870s and 80s. So he had all the source material world. It's the best pictures out there for this time.
It's so
Anyway,
I think that there was a courier like in Georgetown. It's a cool place.
yeah, yes, well, the press is still here, so if
Right, yes.
if somebody wanted to think
Yes,
about it,
someday we can
someday we'll get to that.
make it accessible.
Yes, all right, but take this one, because it's obviously, I took a picture of it to the comment cap. All right, our budget, red is, Bob.
Sure.
And the black is mine, and he's just greedier than I am. No,
we're gonna ask for money, we should ask for,
enough.
I think so.
I sort of concur with that, and so,
That's right. I was wondering if this was even enough.
well, I think it's enough to begin with, so we can use it well in a year, and then you have a discussion of whether it's enough.
well, even, I mean, we're counting on getting scholarship money, which may or may not be available.
Yeah. Yes, that's right. What do we know about scholarship money? That it may or may not be.
If she's emailed me back, I haven't read it yet. She's usually pretty good about emailing me back.
And did she say anything about whether they're gonna do any CLG grants?
They are doing CLG grants. Yeah, she said they will have scholarships available.
Okay, and they do CLG grants,
Yes.
because the amount of money in there for somebody to help us with guidelines is more matched than it is fundamental money.
And she CC'd you
that
on
right?
this one.
What?
She CC'd you on that one, so you have a copy of this email.
Oh, wait, was it today?
It was on Thursday last week.
Then it got lost in whatever, so you send it. to
But
me,
she
yeah.
sent us some contacts for consultant work.
Yes, I saw the contacts and anyway, let's go through this. The conference we now have $1,000 in the 2025 budget. Cause they're just working on 2026. It's in the general fund, it's 1042,280, if you ask where it came from.
Yeah, it was just, you know,
It's sales tax revenue that came into the general fund, and it's listed as education and
Training.
training. And
is it specific to DRC?
no, it is
So
not
it's-
specific,
No, 1,000 is specific to DRC.
but it doesn't say so in the budget.
It does. It's $1,000, I think, for DRC, and then we have 1,000 for the Board of Selectmen, also separated out. We have
That's,
1,000 for planning as well.
Is that in the 25 budget?
I think so.
It might be in the 20, because I had the 25 budget, and I was looking at the 25 budget. But in any case, I think that we should go and ask for the 2000 in conference registration. And if we get the scholarships, that's nice.
Mhm.
It will backfill that. But it is about 2,000 to, but it was $250 a person.
Yeah, unless the people who do online is like 150 or something. And then if you're a speaker, it's different as well.
Yes, yes, but it's the 2,000, what's, yeah, 2,000 is.
Yeah, we don't have to send everybody, if
If
you
everybody
know,
wanted to
no one
go.
is speaking, and if everybody want to go.
If everybody wanted to go, that covers 8 folks, yes, yeah, that
It's
covers.
not like we have to send it.
Right, and then the travel and lodging, if we're asking for 200 a person, that's 1,600, not 2,800.
Well, but it's for more than one night, right?
No, yeah, but what I was saying is it was just at this, you know, they would. You get $200 per person to offset your housing and food for the conference. You can use it any way you want. In that sense, you know, to go out to lunch and you come home at night, if the conference is closed, if you get it. You know, or if you're
Travel
staying
expense.
over and you share rooms, that works. Works.
Yeah, I don't know how I get about 2,800.
You added this to the other one, but it's okay, because, but it's 1,600.
Yeah, 1096.80 is training education, but that's for years. So.
Yes, yeah.
Well, I'm sure it made sense to me at the time.
Yeah, well, I think it took me a while to get my head wrapped around it, but then I
So we should reduce the second bullet item to
did
1,600.
right. Then the community outreach, we haven't done this in years, so Betsy and I spent a long time doing a brochure at some point, but it never got mailed out. Partially because it costs as much as it does, but I think getting tax credit info to our folks who own historic properties would be very helpful. I mean, somebody's gonna, and we've had a couple of folks now who said, you know,
Well, like the people who just bought the log cabin.
Yes,
Mhm.
although actually he started doing work before we even received anything from the title company. The county hadn't even updated his name in the file, so he kind of jumped the gun on that, but.
Yeah,
Jumped the gun a few times.
yeah, yes. But so the $1,000 was just sort of my guesstimate on what it might, but if you're gonna print and if you're gonna mail, maybe 1,000 is too little.
An EDDM, which is every door direct mail, which we just did for the traffic management plan, was $211. Now, we wouldn't necessarily do the same thing with your thing, it'd be more like
Property owner.
the water, yeah, the property owners, which live all over the country, so that mainly costs us for the water bills, like $375 a month. So it'd probably be a little bit more than that, because the water bills are really small. Then we probably do a bigger packet.
Yeah, you're also printing it
Mhm.
and all of that kind of stuff, so I might put $1,500 in it. Because we wanna make a nice presentation,
Yeah.
and the water bills don't go in an envelope.
Right. Yeah,
And
it does it based on weight, but
What?
Wait.
it charges us based on weight.
Wait, okay, well, we're pretty heavy.
Yeah. For our first packet, we want nice things.
Yeah.
Oh, so, okay.
Yeah, a little silver.
Official member. Historic Georgetown.
Okay, then updating the guidelines, that's a little tough, because that's just me taking a stab, sort of in the dark, except that I've run a lot of small planning grants. And if we can't get a CLG grant, that and go after a planning grant, and they give planning grants up to $15,000. And they expect you to cover at least 10% of it. So
Yeah, I was thinking that the, this would cover $20,000 grant or 25,000.
Yeah, if it's a
If
10%.
it's a 10% match.
If it's a 10% match, because if we hire somebody who's really good, that's going to. There are a couple of names on that list that they supplied us, who would be really good if they would take this on and would understand that we're not trying to rewrite our guidelines, we're trying to tune them up.
Right,
And make them consistent, because we have some real inconsistencies in them too.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, leave it at 2,400, make it 2,500, I don't care. What?
Let's make it 2,500.
yeah, might as well be around number.
2,500.
Might as well, the board will tweak what they want anyways.
Yeah. And the Historic Structures Fund, I had initially said 5, but this one would be, this one has a, what? This one's, it has a distinct source. And that is the Historic Structure Preservation Fund, and that is a distinct fund in the town budget. And the town has annually been putting $10,000 into it. They started with the 1% of the sales tax or something, and it was a lot, it was getting too big too fast, so it.
We didn't spend our money fast enough.
Yeah, so, no, but it's not anybody's to spend, it was put there in case. In the demolition of neglect, the
Yeah.
town had to be able to go into a property and help the property. But it's got $100,000 in it. Yikes. Now, and so, and every year it gets 10,000 more. And every year it's been earning itself a nice little piece of interest, so it's getting larger. So
But isn't that the $10,000 here?
Yes.
Comes in every year.
yeah, well, the town has to agree that they're gonna continue to put it in every year, but they have been doing it, it's been a traditional thing. So all I'm suggesting is that 10,000 of it, and I put 5, but Bob put 10, and I think he's right. Be flexible enough that in the demolition by neglect category only. This isn't a general category for anybody who wants to fix up something to come and talk to us. If we have cited something as demolition for neglect, and it is obviously a total financial burden, an outbuilding of some kind, or those kinds of things, we could offer some assistance with the approval of your town administrator. Does that sound like a?
Well, yeah, I mean, there's,
Yeah, we've talked.
telling somebody to fix something or put money into it that they don't have is fruitless. And if
Yeah.
we can assist that, I mean, it's almost mean.
Yes,
If you don't have a
these
solution.
are
for them.
outbuildings too.
Yeah,
In the
yeah.
case where they really need some help, both of them are outbuildings, they're not homes, they're
Yeah.
not. And we've had some actually pretty good luck with folks actually taking care of some things.
Mhm.
So. What do we have now, Bob?
So,
What's our quote?
$1,760, that right?
17,600. And I can't add it on my.
16,200, but we added another 600, so it's 16,800. Right,
Well,
16, yeah.
Oh, come on.
it's after 3:00.
Yes, it's most
Well-
definitely.
My brain doesn't work after 3:00.
Well, we were taking 1,200 off of the 2,800 that Bob added wrong. And then we added in 600 on other items.
On the 2,800, we made it 1,600, right?
Right,
Mhm.
And then on the 2,400, we made it 2,500.
yes. And on the 1,000, we made it 1,500,
Okay.
so it's all there.
So here's the
17,600.
Okay. 17.6.
Okay,
I'm not taking credit, I just.
yeah,
noticed that.
because we took 1,200 out from the 2,800. And then we added back in 600, so we only just took out 600.
We had 500 there and 100 there, yeah. Alright, so our total is what? 17,600. Okay,
Well, that's not bad,
now,
considering part of it's a pretty big chunk that we're not asking to spend out, right?
okay, so. How about the verbiage, are we okay?
I think so.
Should we assume that darn, state provision? Do we need to tell them what the scholarship was patched, was capped at? I don't think we do. We just need to tell them that that's the registration is.
Yeah,
And.
Yeah, those are my cards, just for
Yeah.
information,
so
but I looked it
yeah.
up, what we paid
So,
last year.
yeah, so I'll clean that up and we'll simply say, yeah, that paragraph should get changed some. The others are pretty much all right. You see what you did with this, it's the 16, you added the 2,000 for the conference and it came up with 2,800 and then you put it up top.
Yeah.
But 2,000 was separate. So that would go off. Okay, I will clean up the letter. And then, you know, if Joan would like to sign it,
sure.
and we will submit it and we can get it on a next budget. I don't know how they're.
A workshop coming up, I think.
Yeah, they just had a workshop and we just scheduled another one for next Tuesday. I don't know how in detail we're gonna be, but I think having the DRC outline for them would be a good thing, so.
Okay. I fly away tomorrow morning, but you'll get something by next Tuesday.
Okay, if Bob's version is more or less correct, you and I can work on it, you're trying to leave to pack something, so never mind, but. Bob and I could tighten this up right after this meeting if you are available.
Sure. Go for it.
Then Joe will sign it.
Yeah, I'd love to have you go for it. Yes, bye. Second. Say.
Go home and have supper.
What?
Go home and have supper.
Go home.
Yeah,
Okay,
okay. Are we done?
should we have a motion to submit this to the board?
Sure.
I move that we submit the budget request for the 2026 budget to the, as previously discussed, to the Board of Selectmen.
I second that.
All in favor? Okay. Great, thanks Cindy and Bob. And an ordinance report, our ordinance has passed. So we officially have the Georgetown Historic District. On the
No, you
base.
have it in Georgetown Historic Register.
Okay.
Not a district.
There were questions and it almost got to be funny with, the attorney was like questioning the verbiage on something and I was like, no, that's what we mean because it just was kind of
It was a question about what district meant, what, is it a geographic area?
It was-
The things that are inside the district.
But it was
Oh,
verbiage
yeah,
as
it's a
well.
register for the Georgetown
Yeah,
Historic
yeah.
District, yeah.
And district means, and he kept saying, there's something missing there. I said, no, that's the subject of it, it's defining it. So anyway, we got it and they all thought this was a pretty good thing. So there was no real arguing, or they'd already read through it once and had their questions, so it was easy.
And we basically have outlined a form. Yes, Bob, we outlined a form for applying for a,
Or yeah, and it wasn't, I don't think it was in their packet, but
No, I don't.
no, I think it has to come to this commission now. And
yeah, we have to finalize whatever we're gonna do and.
It won't
I
go
can
back
dig
to,
that up
it won't go
somewhere.
back to the Board of Selectmen. it'll be us.
It'll be us who take care of it.
Yes, yeah, so because our next step, now that we have the permission to do a historic register in the Georgetown district. Is to what does an application look like for a registration? And we have.
We have a sample application for the Catholic Church.
Right, and so that should come and we can then make sure we like what the application looks like and use the Catholic Church as the first example of how to do this.
The one thing that will need to go back to them is the fee schedule for this application and what that looks like. There is a fee schedule laid out for like tax credits and things like that, but if you guys. But there will be an administrative fee for processing this, and then if you have anything else that should be added to it, we'll have to get that approved by.
Well, that's interesting. Can you ask Lindsay what other CLGs do for administrative fees? For, you know, for their historic registers? Because essentially it's, yeah, we've got a historic register now for ourselves. We get to determine what's historic in our town.
There was a question and I answered it, but I just wanna run it by you guys. There was a question about whether the structure or location had to be relevant nationally or locally, and we said that locally was the correct answer,
The
so.
locally is correct, that's why you.
I think
you're doing it.
I think the
We're
question
using
was
the
like,
funds.
so is Bob Gibbs' house historic to Georgetown because Bob Gibbs lived there?
Well, you know, one could like
Depending on what his contribution.
Yeah,
is to the
so
community.
Yes, yes, now, they do have a criteria that is about who lived there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, Washington Frontier kind of thing. But I think our criteria, yes, our criteria are the same as they use at the state and the nation, basically. But this is a local designation. However, it does make you eligible for things.
Yes.
Okay, good, I'm glad I answered that correctly.
Yay.
That's true. I think it's really interesting and I think it would be helpful to, because the Catholic Church is sort of gonna try to run through the whole process, get the designation, see if it works for getting a grant, see if, you know, so it's gonna
Absolutely.
be the example of the whole thing, which is very cool.
Well, I can bring that, put that on next agenda to review that,
Okay, sure,
I'll pick that up.
thanks.
Yeah, because I think we have to be sort of we want real strong on, you have to give us a really good history, you have to give us really good descriptions, you know. It can't be casual.
Okay. Sean, you have some questions for us?
I have, I was approached and asked what the guidelines would be for a flagpole. I've looked in the book, I can't find anything about.
That's a code thing actually, so they
Is
should
it?
talk to me,
Okay,
yeah.
okay,
All right.
okay.
Yeah, I know.
No.
I
No,
looked into this last year because I know one of, Linda Anderson. We wanted to add light. Basically light up the flagpole over in the park near your house.
Oh, yeah, the little triangle park.
Yeah,
Yes, okay.
and the answer I recall was that, no,
Yeah.
you
No,
can't
you
put a
can
light,
light flags, but it has to be downward
Ground.
facing, yeah.
Yeah. not something on the ground, which,
Yeah, you put one on top. You make solar lights and screw right into the top of the flagpole.
Yeah,
I
so
think-
that's the municipal code thing, so.
Yeah, yeah. And what was your other question?
yeah, Kevin's interested in doing something with that.
It's not that bright.
Kevin wants to do something across the street.
Yeah.
At the hotel.
And that I can almost understand, given the area that it's in, I don't have a street light out in front anymore because I managed to convince Exo to not replace it. I'm trying to go after the one that's near the side of the park now, but.
Okay.
And then the other question is, we're looking to do the roof on the main building of the library. On the backside, it has a rolled roofing, we'd like to put EPDM rubber roofing on it. Do you want me to bring that to the board?
No, that's an acceptable product, isn't it?
You can't.
I know the shingles are, but I didn't know about
It's a change, So it is and it isn't a change in material.
Better
Right.
material of the same
It's
source,
still a rolled product and
It's still road roofing.
yeah.
Yeah,
kind of sort of, yeah.
probably, yeah. But I just wanted to see if we needed to come to the board for that.
I'd say, no.
It's on the pre-approved list.
Yeah, I'd say no.
Yeah.
Okay, and then.
Well, changing materials is usually we request they come in, but
But
you
it's
know what
not
you're
really
doing.
a change.
The kids addition portion,
Mhm.
we're gonna be removing the skylights, that I will come to the DRC for.
Okay.
Why
Or,
are you removing the skyline?
cause I leak,
What? Because they leak?
like a
That
cinch.
might be a good reason.
Yeah, that's so flat.
Who's surprised?
Yeah, they're gonna go away and it's just gonna get covered over.
I'm not sure
But
you guys
not-
can.
but not
ask
right
for
now.
that.
It will be
For
now.
removal of skylights.
We generally don't like them, so.
Yeah, we're all for removing skylights, actually, especially leaky ones.
Yeah, except if the space is really dark underneath it.
Well, it always was before, I guess, and nobody, and people survived.
Yeah, these things for.
We have electricity now, so, yeah. Okay. There you go.
And so you want to bring the skylights to the board?
No,
No,
Okay. Okay,
There you go.
that's it.
I actually have a quick question too, and this was reported by my husband. The Gwinnell Pass Brewery, now defunct. The weeds and things around it are so bad, he said the sidewalk is so bad, you have to walk around, the weeds are so tall. Does someone in the town kind of maintain? I mean,
Steve should still be maintaining it, cause he still owns it.
Yeah.
technically.
okay, so can we put it, I mean, I can call.
We are, we have requested code enforcement and I need to follow up on it. That is one of the things that code enforcement will take care of, so.
Okay,
But for now, we could just make a call.
Somebody just calls. me.
Yeah, if you just call us to make a big deal out of it.
well, yeah, it's just get.
Well, whenever I call people about code enforcement, it's a big deal. So,
I have another one then.
Yeah.
How about the Szechuan food one?
the what?
Okay.
Full bay. Wrong count. Full bay's a mess. The dumpsters broke down. That corner, I don't know if the town owns that corner. It's fenced right across from the Alpine.
the county, I think, does.
Yeah. Which way from the Alpine, towards Arlington Street?
Yes. No, I mean,
Corner where there's
Corner of the
trees.
full day parking lot.
yeah,
Yeah,
full bay's parking lot. So
Oh,
kind
no.
of fenced in.
I don't actually know.
I think
you know,
that's
where
part of that
those-
property, we I recall, because they had to come ask us about putting a fence there back in the day. That split rail fence.
Yeah, I think.
But there's a split rail fence there, and the whole place is covered in weeds,
yeah,
and then the trash dumpsters broken.
The enclosure's been falling apart for years.
yeah, I got wrecked.
So we might talk to Full Bay about cleaning up the backyard.
Cause it's the front yard.
Well, yes,
But
because
it's
it's highly visible.
Yeah,
from
it is.
everybody who's
It's-
coming along.
Okay.
I'm sure I can find a picture about it somewhere.
Okay.
Oh, yes, in your trash dumpster collection. You still have your trash dumpster collection, I imagine.
Pictures I do, I think they're on my phone still.
Yeah,
that is, something that I think will be a pet project of Dennis's. He really does not like all of the exposed dumpsters.
Yeah,
And,
good.
At some point.
well, Sean did a survey, you know, and so he's got pictures of all.
Okay, yeah, we love that. We'd love to
Excellent.
this. It'd be great.
See, you know, eventually everything comes around.
Finally, somebody.
Might take a little time.
No, we got time.
That's been one of my pet peeves.
Okay. Well, yeah, cause looking at the back of the parking lot, you know, across here.
Uh-huh.
All right, so moving on to staff updates, do you have anything you wanna?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Yana emailed me and said, I can't find anyone to fix this barn. Just go ahead with demolition by neglect. So hopefully we can get this kind of grant thing situated, because the court process is a bit rigorous and we don't have a municipal court right now, so. We gotta figure out if we're staying with the county or reopening our municipal court. But just wanted you to know that she emailed me about that. Yeah, any thoughts on that?
What would be the cost on that, do you know, have an idea?
I don't remember what that was.
But you kind of did an estimate?
Yeah, she had it
Yeah,
right.
we should check in with that.
Okay.
And then we are working on doing some repairs on Foster's Place, which I think I talked to you guys about. Had a meeting with Alex Cordeal today, if you know who he is, he's on the planning commission. And, he's gonna give us a quote for replacing the, like the rotting wood on the train section. And then whatever money we have left after that's complete, we're gonna be committing to paint and sanding and just doing some restoration on like the general structure. But I wanted to check in with you guys because Foster's Place is a very weird thing in terms of DRC. So I don't know,
Mhm.
like, you have jurisdiction over it, but I don't think we have guidelines for playgrounds. Do we?
No.
So, just wanted
But
to.
essentially, he's not changing the nature of it at all. He's
Yeah.
It's just right there.
It's doing maintenance and repair.
That is true.
It's maintenance and repair.
So I'm not worried about that, but there are some things that like, we had a playground contractor come up and look at it. They can't really help us with anything because it's all too custom. And it's old and they have a lot of, their hands are tied by a lot of things, but. Like, we talked about replacing the tire swing structure, and what he recommended was that we use steel for that instead of wood. So that's something we would come talk to you about.
Yes,
is just wood
yeah.
replace.
Yeah, because the wood structure, I mean, at least it sort of looks like it fits into our world.
Yeah,
Right, so, we would look at different things, but, do you guys have jurisdiction over, like, do you wanna see that kind of stuff for Foster's Place?
I think if somebody is changing Foster's Place visually, the answer to that is yes.
How do we move
we
forward?
did review it originally.
Yes, yeah.
And it was a struggle because it's a walking park and didn't have a playground originally, so it was a big compromise to do it, and it's a special case, and I was just thinking the other day, it's held up well, so I guess it.
Well, it has, like, 20 years later.
Yeah,
But I mean, we've looked at the parks that they're gonna build down by the new development.
yeah,
So I mean,
So
that,
we've looked at parks.
Yeah, we-
Parks, free parks.
yeah,
And what we're after is the natural materials look, and
Yeah.
that, so while we don't have strict guidelines. We have been in anybody, I'd have to look at landscaping in our books and see what they actually say. About any of the structures that go into the landscape, but by and large, we want people out of concrete and steel. And asphalt, we want them into the natural, that's why you would put up a wood frame instead of
Yeah.
steel frame,
There's
because.
a lot of tracks on that playground, which has held up super well, so.
oh, yeah.
Yes, it
No,
has.
that was the main point, yeah.
But that.
Sean, I know about that track.
Yes.
He cut a lot of tracks.
this may be something we wanna consider, when we update the guidelines too. Because there are a lot of parks around town and
Mhm.
as time moves on, people may wanna add features to the park that certainly we wanna have an input on.
And there are, China Handlin, who is the first and second grade teacher at the Georgetown Community School, is doing a project with her kids. Where they will be evaluating the park and they're going to be bringing a presentation to the board of selectmen for changes they would like to see. And so I'm really excited for that. I think that's gonna be so cool and adorable and, I don't know if we want to overcomplicate it by being like, by the way, there's also design guidelines you have to adhere to, but,
I just think that I think that, the fact that there are larger considerations, now I know they're very young, but the fact that there are larger considerations. Than simply that kind of play equipment.
Mhm.
That there are always considerations about what it looks like in a space.
could be a good lesson for them.
Could even be fun for them.
Mhm.
What used to intrigue me is with my first grade class, when I had 15 years of first graders, is that as far as that kind of thing, you could flip a series of slides on the screen and they would say, oh, to that one, and to that one, and you started getting in, okay, you like this one better than that one, but why did you like this one better than that one? And yes, it starts to make them think a little bit more about, I look at that and this is what's nice about it, or this is what I like about it. So I think it could be interesting for them, and I know at least a couple of us would be willing to sit, you know. Like not have to be a whole thing, but it could be really fun.
You know, according to whoever does safety guidelines now for playgrounds, we could not have swings. You know, two benches.
Yeah, I
Could
had a
not
whole
have,
conversation with the.
could not have seesaws. I mean, I think that's a lesson every kid has to learn. You know, you walk behind the swings and,
Right.
but,
Yeah.
so there's gonna be a lot of things.
The playground contractor was like, you know, he was telling me like, oh, well, this little lip is not ADA compliant, and I'm like, well, if they made it to the playground, they should be okay.
Yeah.
The whole town is really not very ADA compliant, and he's like, well, you know, like, you gotta be careful with the kids like climbing around all this stuff, I'm like, they live in the mountains, so like, I think that's okay.
Somehow.
Yeah, I'm like, these kids all ski and snowboard, like, we want the playground to be safe, but the town is not necessarily subject to these like hyper regulated playground authorities.
Or do you want to?
Right.
No, it's not, but it is for the kids, because I've been sort of blown away by what Lily Redfield was able to do with fourth graders. I don't know if you ever saw the fourth grade presentations.
Oh, fourth graders are the best.
But did you see those presentations? And the kids knew exactly what they were talking about. They could tell you about the whole development of the town and why you need residential areas and commercial areas and how they evolved. And I mean, it was the whole scene. But she had done all kinds of activities that, you know, they got out to go visit all the buildings, they got tromped around the town to look at all kinds of things, and then each one picked a historic personality that they studied, and they told the story of that person's life, and they dressed up like that person, and they, you know.
Somebody
Christine looked at me that night and said, that woman has done more for historic preservation in this town than all the rest of us combined. And I thought she probably has, but no, the kids get it.
Oh, yeah.
And they get it even quite young, on what looks nice and feels comfortable to them and what.
Well, they can bring all their ideas, but you know, I don't particularly think we need a spaceship and that kind of stuff, so. Depending on how.
Yeah, but it comes, what is on this town?
Now, the person would love a spaceship, but I just don't know.
You're teaching
A wooden spaceship, maybe.
the concept, the whole idea that you can look wider and things fit into it, they aren't singular, they fit into a space, so.
Yeah.
That's
Awesome, it'd be fun.
And then the third update is that we're working on the DRC annual report right now, so.
yes.
That has been.
You mean how many applications and all that kind of stuff?
Yep, and then she'll come and attend one meeting to do an audit and,
But most of it's a numbers game.
Yeah.
yeah, most of it's filling out the simple
Numbers,
questions
yeah.
and then attaching the minutes and the agendas and then.
Oh,
It's-
and it is September 11th,
It is September 11th.
and what our agenda says it's tonight.
I did, I did.
Well, we all.
Thanks to your attention. Thank you.
Okay, go.
That's bad, actually. Bad mistake, actually.
We have a conversation with Crazy Horse Guy lately.
Yes, I don't know if Dennis has talked vividly to Norm lately. He rescheduled his building inspection once, Dennis let him do it once, but we are going in full inspection on the 17th, so.
Is it because all of a sudden it's got hot worse outside, so I don't know.
There's a pulling stuff out,
Bringing stuff out,
It's a mess.
and they're just leaving it.
so now it's outside instead of inside.
Is the,
Like,
Did you say the 17th?
The 17th is when that's scheduled.
our chief involved in that aspect of it?
The fire chief has been involved, for this part, it is just building inspection, so
But is there a report date to this thing?
not yet,
Not yet.
but Jerry is involved.
Okay.
It's
It's just,
building
all of a
that
sudden
piece.
it's gotten really bad outside, but it is a fire hazard.
It is a fire
Well, I
hazard,
don't want all that to go back in either.
yeah. No one should set it on fire, but if they do, Kelly said they will not save the building, so.
Can you save the building next door?
I'm just-
please?
Yes, I think it's very.
They will spend all of their energy protecting the buildings around it.
Yes.
Because the building is not structurally sound, they will not go
They
inside.
will not, yeah, they'll contain it, but they don't wanna go in it,
No, it's going in there.
or you don't want them in it.
No, it does not have a certificate of occupancy right now, because it is not structurally sound, so.
Okay.
So we may yet see you get rid of it.
Yes, but I expect that whatever we do, it will be a long drawn out process, so. But we are, you know, we are acting in good faith with the homeowner or with the building owner. So that it's beyond a reasonable doubt that we've done everything we can to work with him on things, so.
And we've got years of actually track record, I would think.
Yeah.
I'm trying to talk to him about this, yes, that's true.
Okay.
That's true.
All right, good, thank you.
All right.
Anything else?
Anybody got anything?
Dennis, you can thank Dennis for that, he's really put a lot of effort into
We
it.
like him for that now.
Yes, we like Dennis.
We thank you.
So.
Okay,
The minutes, so you have no minutes.
okay, got no minutes, so let's adjourn.
Okay.
Okay. Thanks, Susan.
Bobby, will you
Yeah.
work on that one?
You're welcome. Well, thanks everybody for being here.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to the Szechuan place and have dinner.